man who was driving 114 miles an hour in a 50 and T-boned a car, cut it in half, and ended the life of a couple. All right, that's the first case. The second
Solid day.
case, and he was like just under 18. I think he was 17 and 3/4 or whatever. And then the next case is like a 20-something-year-old guy, white guy who broke into like some resort condos and was touching up some ladies' feet while they were asleep. All right,
I hope they're both 25 to life.
Tell me how much time you think each of them got.
Well, you've kind of set this thing up to make it sound like the one that should get a lot of time did.
Just be truthful what you think they should get.
Be true to yourself.
I don't know what's reasonable case time.
I would say like 25 years for murdering a family.
Oh, you're talking about the prison time.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like investigation time.
Oh
no.
Yeah,
me too.
Like how much prison time did they get?
All right, so
I would say they should the kid should have gotten like 25 years.
25 to life with early parole at like 15.
Kid bonded out. Guy touching feet went to jail for life for having a foot fetish.
Touching feet could have got maybe 6 months. I don't know.
Corey, what do you think touching feet gets you?
I'm gonna say 18. I'm gonna say 18 months.
Was entering and breaking.
That's why I don't think it's
technically burglary.
Yeah, so it's a felony. It's a felony.
So Taylor was the closest.
That's probably
Let's go, baby.
2 years.
So
lock him up.
The young man who cut a car in half, he got 20 years, but he was tried as a juvenile. Okay, so his actual sentence was 4 years of house arrest.
Oh my!
And if he didn't break his parole by the time he was 21, got wiped off his record forever. So he gets 4 years of house arrest for cutting a car in half and killing 2 people. Versus fetish guy, 25 years in prison.
Did he
lock
really?
him up?
Where
Get that shit out of here.
It was Minnesota.
Oh, well, that's why. Minnesota's weird, man.
Because I was going to say, if it was like another country,
is doing it right.
They didn't want to
get that foot fetish out.
They don't want to be caught being racist, so they let that dude off a hook.
It did happen like right after the George Floyd stuff, which is probably the main reason. But yeah, dude, the foot fetish one was crazy. The funny part is me and a bunch of my buddies were watching it's like a YouTube crime report or whatever on it. And it had the body cam footage, and it was this like Latina, mid-30s cop, and she was questioning the guy, but she just like kept pushing, like kept asking really weird and more in-depth questions, and was like, "So like, what do you like about the feet?" And it's starting getting crazy.
That's what I'd be asking, dude.
He's like, "Do you ever think about hurting the feet?" And he goes, "No, never."
No, I just want to touch him with my peanuts.
But yeah,
now he just left our Discord.
Who did?
You just got locked. You got out after the 25 years. He's in our Discord now. Sometimes.
Uh-oh. Confetti forces? That sucks.
Why does that suck?
Because then I need to buy one.
I thought you said that sucks.
Oh, that sucks.
Bro, guess what I got today?
I love how nobody watches the show anymore.
Yeah, it's dead, bro. It's so dead.
It's a goner. It's just us hanging out. Oh, wow. That's a pretty tomb.
Where'd you get that?
New girls.
What is it technically?
It's a tomb from Infinite Disc.
No, I know that, but I'm sorry. What plastic?
Sea Blend. They haven't been made in Sea Blend since the goat run that people pay $100 for. So I got two of these. The one that I put in my bag is actually super sick. It's clear and has the Wonder Bread foil. Oh.
Are they doing those again?
Yeah, they just came
Or
out.
did you?
Full run.
Oh, okay.
Big boy run.
Nice.
Big boy run.
Big boy. Very tiny, small, big boy.
I think they embossed the run now. At least they said they were going to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, run 24.
Did you guys see the Oakmont update for next month?
What is Oakmont?
What's the Oakmont?
Oakmont is where they're playing the U.S. Open next month.
Okay.
So it's historically known for never having an under par winning score there for a U.S. Open. Never happened before.
Mhm.
And so they've got like 5 inches of rough. And the greens, like you could hit the front of the green. If you don't have the right amount of spin on the ball, roll right off the back.
Is this the one in LA?
No, it's in actually right outside Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Is that where they have the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open?
Maybe.
Doubtful.
No, that's where they have the Oakmont.
Oh, gosh, you're so right.
Dude, I just thought of my answer or an answer to my question last week about where we should put USDGC. Pebble Beach.
Oakmont.
Why didn't we think about that?
Yeah.
We should put it at Augusta.
Think they'd let us put some baskets in? Some skits?
We just walk out there.
My
still
old
don't know
roommate from
what
college
course-
works at Augusta.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What is the perfect Champions Cup course?
W.R. Jackson.
Is that a good podcast topic for a recorded podcast? Take the silence as a maybe.
What was the
My answer is going to be W.R. Jackson.
Oh, I said
No,
I
I
don't
said-
know.
I said, is that a good question for the recorded podcast?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the over under? How long?
we can
talk
start.
about
Scott's here.
foot
What?
What?
What is the over under? How long we talk about foot faults?
Not long. I don't
Um,
plan on talking about it that much.
1 minute.
I'll say my
10
piece.
minutes.
I'll say my piece, and then that'll be it.
I'm goading Tyler into a 25-minute conversation.
Please, yes, dude. Just a rant. Just a rant.
A Hawk out. Matt has officially been
Matt has
replaced.
officially been replaced. Whoa, that was weird.
He's gonna have to do a lot to regain his seat. Yeah, but how about Scott? That like our numbers have gradually gone down since the actual disc golf season has started. The off season we were popping.
Yeah.
Disc golf season starts. Nobody wants to listen.
And Matt's cherry is popping.
Gosh dang it! He was the last one.
That was the last thing holding this podcast together.
That was it.
We needed some virginity in this.
We
bitch,
lost
and
the
we don't
Virgin
have it
Matthew.
anymore.
gonna
Without the
back.
Virgin Matthew or nothing.
You're gonna be cussing like a sailor. Just a different guy.
We're gonna get
Yeah,
back
right,
and Matt just
dude.
like ripping a cigar. Like,
Dude, when I was at the wedding, I asked Lauren, I was like, hey, so do you swear? And she goes, mm-mm. And I was like, what? I've been trying to get it. I was like, just say something. Just say shit. Anything. And he just like, and then walks away. And I'm like,
bro, we're gonna sit down. Matt's gonna come back after his honeymoon, ripping a cigar. We're gonna have the first topic. Be like, you know what's fucking wrong with Gannon? He's being a pussy. It's like, Matthew, what happened?
Marriage changes a man.
yeah. My name's not Matthew anymore. It's Mark.
I go by Matthias.
Oh, I like that one.
You guys like chocolate milk?
Yes, we've talked about this
Absolutely, man.
many times.
Sorry, dude. It was just a question.
How dare you, Corey?
that looks so good. That is Corey's kryptonite right there.
I love that.
The whole gallon of chocolate milk is insane.
It's a half gallon.
It's a half
It's a half
gallon.
So you got
The
you
guy
got
that
the
sat
full
down at
gallon.
Waffle
You
House.
just
Can I
pull-
get a
you pull
large
the 4
chocolate
gallon
milk?
into the half gallon to make it look better.
This
You know
is
what
a
the best thing
reusable
is?
half gallon.
The best thing about being an adult is that you can do whatever you want, and the worst thing about being an adult is that you can do whatever you want.
Corey's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna only get the half gallon, so it's a little bit better, but buys 4 at a time. And just
No, you know what's actually you know what's
stocked
funny?
up.
I bought a half gallon at Meijer, and then we go to Aldi, and Haley goes, "Oh look, they have half gallons of chocolate milk for $1.50," and I was like, "All right, I guess we're getting another one." So
Yes,
too good of a
one's
deal.
already,
This is time.
that one's already gone. But yeah, so anyway, have you ever put orange juice in your chocolate milk?
No
Nope.
need. No need.
It tastes like a Tootsie Roll if you do it like the right proportions.
A Tootsie Roll. How about it tastes like a Tootsie Roll just as it is?
No, doesn't it taste like chocolate milk?
This is cap.
Well, so where is? I'm so confused.
This is you trying to goad me into drinking something absolutely disgusting.
It's not. It's not disgusting. It's not disgusting.
You guys ever had Frilk?
No.
It's
No,
Fireball
but-
and milk.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's good, actually. It is
Okay, so
actually
you're
good.
allowed to do that, but no orange juice. No, like this much orange juice in a giant cup.
I thought you were going to talk about
milk.
Pilk,
No, that's
some
disgusting.
Pepsi and milk.
Pepsi and milk.
The amount of like ilks we could do right
Yeah, the
now.
Pilk, man.
It's a new,
I've
it's a
never
new
had,
game. It's called
I've never
Guess
had
the
Pilk
Ilk.
myself, but
Which ilk are we ilking?
Corey, do you want to go live today?
Well, I just posted a video, so maybe not.
Nah,
I don't know.
I'm going live. I decided Dark Souls is too much work, but I am going to stream the podcast. Mainly because I put more effort into shorts that get forking 80 views, and I do nothing and gets 5,000. I hate my life.
It's so bad, dude.
It's so
Horchata
annoying.
is
You
so
post
good.
one nothing clip and it's like pops off, and you put like 30 minutes of editing into a short, and you're like, yeah, this is good. It's at 200.
I hope my my form check today gets like 1 million. Just because it was
That
like
was
literally
funny.
That
did
was
too.
2
funny.
seconds of Drew.
Yeah.
Drew literally just texted me. I don't know why he sends me the like.
He sends you your reel.
Yeah, he'll share the reel into iMessage. Like, so I know what he's talking about, but then he says like, I need to make a golf version. And I'm
Of
like, you
this.
literally could have just said that and I would have known because I posted it 5 seconds ago. He's a goof. I always forget he's like younger than me. He's probably younger than all of us.
Yeah.
How old is Drew?
28?
Not
26.
old.
26?
26 or
Ian-
27, yeah.
Me and Drew are
Bro.
the same age. That's
He,
crazy.
yeah.
he acts like he's older than me.
It's a dad bod.
Them kids, man. Them kids will do something to you.
No, but he's like
He
cranky.
had the dad bod before the kid. Let's be clear.
Yeah, but he's
He was
like
prepping.
he's like cranky. So
That's what I'm doing. I'm going dad bod well before the children.
It's more
That's
about the
all
age,
these
not the
chocolate
kids, you
milk.
know?
Yeah.
I'm full reversals, but it's tough. It's that stress that just gets you, man.
So true, bro. That cortisol.
It gets you.
That's for allergies, right?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
We have a.
Scott says he's
29? I don't think he is. I don't know. I feel like I had this conversation with him not that long ago.
He's 29 and he
Something
just
about
got out of
26.
prison.
Yeah, dude, feet stuff.
Well, he'd be in there till
I'm
he's
telling you,
49. then.
Lock them up.
up.
Lock
Yeah.
them up, brother.
Where am I going? Okay. I have too many
Where am
screens.
I going?
Where do we go from here?
doing this. Hey, Corey.
Hey,
He's
Tyler.
doing it.
Never mind.
What?
I can't remember if we
Doing
talked
some
about.
investigation.
So Taylor said he was
Even if we
golfing-
did, we could
Taylor-
talk about it all the time.
Taylor said he golfed on a Thursday. I golfed on a Friday, and then you golfed on a Saturday. Last week, I feel like we didn't talk about any of that.
Corey was
Oh,
Thursday and I was Saturday, but yeah.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Corey was Thursday.
Just for the record, for the court.
We played Mac Mayfield, which used to be just called Westland Municipal, but someone bought it and tried to make it all fancy, and it's not fancy at all. It's 9 holes. I think it was $25 to play, something like that. So not bad. But it's the course that
$25 a play?
yeah, for 9 holes.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That's pretty good.
That is.
And-
Even for 9
and-
holes.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure because it's the weekdays, they just like consider anything after work twilight. So it's like $25 and just try and go out. We tried to, but there was like a group walking like on one when we like tried to make the turn. So we were like, whatever. It's the course that I grew up on. So I remember it being like huge and then like not so huge. And now it's just tiny. Like multiple holes. I could almost drive the green on every hole. There's maybe one hole and it's like a really long dog leg that I couldn't, but all of the rest of them probably super easy. I
That
did
dog
make
leg
it
was
right off of the
so
green.
long. The femur on that thing.
It's long. It's an awkward dog. It's an awkward dog leg because at the curve, if you hit a drive straight, you're going into the houses that's like past it. But if you short shot, like you can't make it to the green over the corner. But if you hit a full drive, you could smoke someone's house. It's annoying. And then there was one hole that I did drive the green, but then I chipped, almost just cupped it, and then it landed like maybe 12, 13 feet past, and then it was a downhill putt, so I like babied it because I'm a wimp, and I landed like 2 feet short. So I got a par on a green that I drove.
I remember you showing us that picture. I think you sent
Yeah.
it to me. Us.
Then
It's so depressing.
I know it was awesome until it wasn't. And then Monday I played League for the first time.
Happy with
And so we played the front, and then we were waiting for the rest of the cards to come up, like finish 9. So we jumped over to 10. It is a 213-foot par 4, which is really weird. Like it's that weird middle ground where most people couldn't play it as a 3, like realistically, but it's too easy of a
Uphill
par
at
4.
all?
Barely.
Yeah, but 213?
Like a 4-iron off the tee.
Yeah. I landed on the green 20 short of the pin with a 7-iron. And then I made the eagle putt.
Let's go.
So more chocolate milk for me. Oh.
Chalk it up, bro. Shout out to White Boy Carl. Just subscribe to the stream. Shout
Oh,
out.
what's up, White?
Yes.
What's up, White?
I need to play with Corey to see his distances because he has like supposedly Bryson DeChambeau numbers. So either he's a liar or he thins every shot he hits.
I mean, we were
You
also
can ask all
talking
my
to a
friends.
guy that's 80% from 400 feet in circle 1. So
Dude,
Oh,
300.
man.
300.
I need to start a series where I just call Corey out on all of his claims.
that's would be the best real series of like Corey's statement and then just like a clip of like reality. Like
Yeah, but statistically, you got to think that we would have at least some of the confidence being like real.
just like rip a clip of Corey just be like, I don't understand why pros just can't make every 30-foot putt and like put a highlight reel together just clanking 30-footers. Just like-
No, but with golf distance, like ball golf distance, I am I can call my numbers.
He's that guy.
A 200
yard
7 iron is
pretty
ridiculous.
freaking good.
I have distance. I don't have anything else.
Is this like a Bryson DeChambeau? Like I hit my 7-iron 700 yards, but it's actually the loft of like a 4-iron.
Yeah, it's actually he just lost everything down
I
10
actually
degrees.
I've never gotten fitted, so all my clubs are like right off of the rack.
He has a
clothes
number
either.
3 iron.
Yes, it's a driver head that says 7-iron like scratched into it. No, I don't know. I've always had like weird distance.
I
Like
hit
my 9-iron is, depending on how I have the club angle, anywhere from like 150 to 180.
That is a large discrepancy.
That's the only club that does that.
That's crazy.
The only club that does that. It's really weird.
Do you take divots?
Yeah. I mean,
It's
not off
cracking
the
me up
tee.
for some reason.
not off the tee.
A 30-yard differential with the same club is insane.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can do
He's
it.
built like that. He's built like that.
I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty decently long hitter, and the furthest I can hit my 7-iron is probably 180.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
20 yards past me is crazy.
My
It
stock
happens. It
7
happens.
is like 175.
my
That's a
stock
good
7,
distance.
my stock 7 is 205, and I was. I'm
What is
telling
he
you,
hitting a 4-iron?
There's
What are you
no
hitting
way.
a 4-iron?
and
way.
my 4-iron is like 240.
he's ranging feet.
Yeah, I got the.
He's like got the Bushnell out there. Like, oh shit,
the
I'm
Atlas out
blasting,
there.
bro.
I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
I don't know what to say. Like that's, but I can't like. Once I get out there, I end up like either chunking my approach shot or like duffing it right off of the green or missing my putt. Like I'm a bogey golfer with just weirdly long distance.
It would legitimately piss me off if you and I went out and I shot 75, 76, and you shoot anywhere in the 80s. I would probably take you behind a tree and just choke you out.
Why?
Because I can't be hitting first in the fairway every single time and watch you shoot 84.
Drinking chocolate milk while he does it.
We would be immediately going to the putting green and saying, we're going to figure this out.
I've
We're gonna
only
see-
broke 80 once. Actually, my putting isn't that
Yeah,
bad.
you said like a year or two ago. Last year you shot 79.
Actually, no, I've shot a 77 too. So twice I've broken 80. But usually it's between like 85 and 95.
I'm gonna go play golf with Corey, and he's gonna have a 10-degree launch angle and everything.
Just
I only bump and run.
Have you seen
Hey,
there's
man.
a video where this kid like just sculls it and it rolls like maybe 30 yards and his buddy is sitting behind him. He's like, I don't think bump and run was the fucking play for a par
Yeah.
5. And the guy just turns around and throws the club at him. So good.
All right, I'm going to get a drink and then I'm ready to go. I'll be right
yeah,
back.
we'll start recording.
Scott, I will go to the driving range right now.
Yo, can everybody say hi to Justin real quick? He's crashing out.
Justin.
He's crashing out.
Hey, Justin.
Corey, what are you doing next weekend?
I don't know why.
My basket gets here like next Wednesday. So next weekend.
Wait, you're talking about not the weekend coming up.
Yes.
Okay, the following.
Yes. Not this weekend, next
Um,
weekend.
I know, but those are confusing most of the time.
It's not this weekend, but it's the next weekend.
Okay.
Dad,
So-
it's it's a Walmart rack. I can send you the link though. But it's a Walmart shoe rack. Mac has the
Can
same one.
confirm I also have it. It's very good.
I can't do anything. That
If you get the one with the wheels, don't put the wheels on it. It's the only knowledge I can give you.
I can't do anything Saturday or Sunday because I have parties. But
Oh, this guy's partying, man.
maybe Friday after work because
Okay,
I'll
well,
already be out there.
my proposal was going to be like Saturday or something.
Yeah.
We go out like early in the morning to film that video,
Okay.
right? So that there's not that many people at Kensington.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, if Tyler was available, we set up the Little Caesars challenge.
Oh,
Oh, I can't do it that weekend. I wouldn't be able to physically be able to do that.
What about the weekend after?
24th? 24th we could do. 27th
Tyler-
is my birthday.
Tyler, how are you looking the weekend of the 24th?
Oh, May?
Yeah.
had Little Caesars for lunch
specific-
today.
Specifically,
Scott.
probably
Good
Saturday.
guy.
Yeah, like Saturday early afternoon.
Does it have to be the same day though? I feel like it doesn't have to be the same day.
It doesn't have to be, but I think Corey wanted it
No,
to
but
be
it would
the
be
same
better
time.
for us to, yeah, so we could call each other.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to a wedding that day.
All right.
Sunday.
It's wedding season, dude. Sucks.
What about Sunday? The
The
day
20
after the wed.
No, I'm going away. It's down at the beach.
Mm.
Oh.
Wait, you coming to my house?
Lame.
I would. You invite me.
Dude, Scott, Little Caesars is what? Okay, Scott, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate Little Caesars? And then also, what do you rate it compared to the rest of like pizza places that you have around you?
Fast pizza.
It doesn't even have to be fast pizza, just pizza.
Pizza in general.
Like, I don't know what local pizza Scott has. Where are you, Scott? Indiana?
Mm-hmm.
The best local fast food pizza, well, I guess not local, but the best chain fast food pizza is Marco's.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
The Old World pepperoni,
No.
bussin'.
I
The white cheesy,
No.
bussin'. Papa John's, close second.
If we had to go like a franchise where it was either like Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, what's another popular one? You can throw Little Caesars in there, but
Hungry Howie's.
I've never been there. I think I've ordered there once, but we have
One
Hungry
around the
Howie's.
block.
It's the greasiest pizza you've ever eaten in your
Yeah, it
life.
is. It is.
that's some good drunk pizza then.
Yeah, I think that's the one time I've ordered it, which is why I can remember that I ordered
Dude,
it.
I'm telling you right now, I'm dead serious when I say this. If you want a good hangover pizza, you got to get the greasiest one ever.
What did we order
True.
in Charlotte?
Domino's.
Domino's.
Oh, was Domino's? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know what Futuro is.
I don't know. Have you, Mac? You need to try Tormina's.
I don't know what that is.
It's like
Tyler,
a
what is
local
in this
place around
bag
here.
that you have going on here?
I,
You
I
wanna
will
gra-
tell you, there
wanna
is a
guess?
place in downtown Northville. It's called like Lucy and Wolf or something like that. And
Okay.
it's like cocktails and pizza. That's all they do. Nadia and I went there. One of the best pizzas I've ever had. Hands down. Like,
Lucy and Wolf.
yeah, it's
So I
something
guess it's
along those lines.
raisins. Scott says black beans.
Black beans.
They also have good cocktails.
That are just like chocolate chips.
Let me see if I can find the
Minis.
menu.
Let's go.
Oh, he's jealous of the chocolate milk.
So
He's like,
you
if
gotta
I
have
chew
chocolate
these enough,
something.
it turns into paste, and it's
This-
kind of like chocolate milk.
this has
Turns into
become a new
milk.
favorite, like sweet tooth thing because not only are they chocolate minis, but it's 80% cacao
Mhm.
chocolate. So it's like there's like no like,
Bro, I got in a
no
bad
sugar
habit of
in
that
this.
because we had like an extra bag from like baking something, and I would just every time I'd go past the kitchen, I was like, "Oh, get a little handful of some
Yes.
chocolate chips." They're addicting, man. They're bad. I mean,
so
they're
you
really
just
good,
kind of like
but
pop the thing open like that, only like that
Yeah.
much, and you just like
So
in that
Corey, we
thing.
got a pizza called the Honey Badger. They slice all their own meat in the back. So they had house-made hot Italian sausage, ricotta, caramelized onion, and spicy honey on this pizza.
That
I
sounds so
laughed
good.
because
Banging.
you said something about they slice their own meat and it's called the honey badger. I was like, there's no way you're eating honey badger on a pizza.
Yeah, I had this pizza. We eat python.
Alligator.
Listen, I love this conversation, but we should talk disc golf.
Yeah, we probably should at some point.
It's like 9:25,
We just yapping out here.
which I love it.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with this.
We can just yap and record it.
Yeah, I'll kick us off. Everybody
There's
chilling.
no
on
need
record
for
and-
it to be structured.
Who needs structure? What is this? What does our title say? Can somebody tell me?
Can I just
Episode.
Episode 68.
say,
Thank you.
PMT is like the smoothest sports podcast on the face of the earth.
DMT is a crazy drug too.
MGMT is a freak show of a band.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 68 of Unfinished Business. Taylor joined as always by Corey, Tyler, and I guess as always Mac as well. Mac is back standing in for Matt, who is now on his honeymoon.
Matt.
Also almost got eaten by a gator, so Mac could
Blazers.
really be here to stay depending on whether or not Matt actually comes back from his honeymoon. we'll see what happens. Prayers up.
Stay away from the
Honestly-
Gators, Matt.
Honestly, if we slur enough, Mac and Matt, they're just
Yeah,
gonna
it's
turn
just-
into the same name.
I think we just don't acknowledge it ever again, and just it's either Mac or it's Matt, and just we'll figure
I
it
don't
out.
think you're allowed to slur on YouTube.
We aren't monetized. Don't worry. They can't take
Yeah.
us down.
We could probably use like some popular music too. They won't even do anything about it.
Electric
Speaking
Feel by
of
gators.
GMT.
Speaking of doing stuff that you probably shouldn't, but you're going to anyway, here's a half gallon of chocolate milk.
This is a perfect segue into a segment that I just thought of, which is you've just finished a midsummer round of disc golf. You hit the gas
Chocolate milk.
station with $8 in your pocket. What is your post-round snack?
Ooh, this is a good one. Corey's like 4 chocolate milks.
I can go first to give people time to think.
I know what-
Mine is hot fries and pink Gatorade.
Ooh.
Like handicaps.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
What was the budget again?
$8.
$8.
$8.
It's going to vary for all of us because we live in different areas.
Yeah.
Well, I have 2. Depends on like what I did.
I'm probably getting the a prime ice pop. I'm getting a Snickers bar, and whatever's left over, I would love to get like a small bag of like Chex Mix or something like that.
Okay.
Mm.
My food is a go-to. My food is definitely like, I guess I have 2 answers depending on how healthy I want to be, kind of. But like, I love combos. Combos are like my favorite gas station snack of all time. So combos is almost like a
what
non-negotiable for me.
Yeah, what flavor? Pizza run, right?
Pepperoni pizza for sure.
Yeah.
And then probably either just like the soda fountain, just soda in general, or I'm a big Powerade guy over Gatorade for sure.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Although I will say
Powerade
Prime
too,
Lemonade, if it's available,
Dude.
Prime Lemonade is so good.
So good.
So good.
So the reason
So-
why Matt likes to bust my balls about the microplastics in Prime or the forever chemicals or whatever they're called, which I looked it up.
PFAS.
It's not real. It's kind of like it's not
Well,
that big a deal.
it's real, but it's in everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
But anyways, the reason why I like Prime Switch is because it gives you like the electrolytes, the BCA or the ECAs or whatever. It makes you feel so refreshed later on in the day.
I like that they have coconut water in Prime. Coconut water is the goat.
It is.
Taylor, are you
Garrett
more
Hooligan
of
Garrett in my
a-
chat says hosted donuts in a Celsius. I also is pretty likely that if I haven't already had more caffeine than I need in a day, an energy drink's probably going to replace the drink that I buy.
Celsius is a mainstay for me. The up and comer is actually, if you haven't had Uptime,
I've seen
it's
that.
like
I haven't tried it.
The white, yes, get the white label Uptime. That's the 0 sugar ones. Those things, amazing. They're borderline replacing Celsius for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never
Oh.
had a Celsius.
I've had like every energy drink just because I wanted to try and taste like which ones
Taste
taste
'em all.
better, which ones taste worse. And then my buddy also is one of the Midwest reps for Ghost. So a lot of the new
Ghost is so
flavors,
good.
Yeah.
a lot of the new flavors, I'll get like my buddy will be like, "Hey, come over and try this," and it'll be like months before it comes out. And then I try it, and I'm like, "This is amazing!" Now I have to wait months
Now I have to wait
before
for
I
it.
could actually physically get it. But
I have to be careful with Ghost because it's like 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
it's juicy.
it's-
I don't know
it's
what it is
bad for
though.
me.
For some reason, I don't know if it's purely the caffeine or just like the full supplementation. Celsius can often be too much for me. I don't know why specifically Celsius, but like I can get kind of tweaked out on some Celsius.
I could see that.
did you guys have like a Bang era?
I've never
I was
tried one.
never on Bang.
Dude, those things have 300 milligrams of
Dude,
caffeine.
they kick.
If I need to be awake, like for work or something, you can
That's
drink one
the
of those, and
go-to.
you're like, "Yeah,
if I
I'm driving." Like,
forget my
yes.
pre-workout, and I get one of those if I forget my pre-workout.
Really?
I've
But they
only
do have
had-
that weird aftertaste.
I've only had one Monster Energy ever, and it was because I asked my mom to pick up
Bro.
like a coffee or something from the gas station, and she got me Java triple shot espresso Monster Energy.
So sugary
And-
and nasty too.
Bro,
Dude,
the zero sugar
was having
monsters are low
legitimate-
key so good.
The
I was
white
having
one,
legitimate heart
undefeated.
palpitations.
yeah, the white one is undefeated.
Bro, I
Yeah,
love
you could probably-
the blue,
you
the
should
sugar-free
probably try
blue
a
monster,
Bang.
the mango. Oh, so good.
Have you guys ever had Full Throttle?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
It's not zero sugar, but it is delicious, and I grew up on it.
What are your
I
thoughts on
think what-
liquid death?
I hate it. It's stupid. It's water. Well, it started off as water, like water in a can. Give me
Yeah,
$5. I'm like,
You guys
no.
ever?
No.
I mean, as all of us age into our dad bods, I've definitely had the discovery that like, oh, I really like, I'm craving a soda. I want a soda, and if you just have like a sparkling water, like it's the same craving. Like you can just have water instead.
yeah.
Dude, lately I've been chugging just ice water, and it's fulfilling that like
How does
soda
it go?
pop. Like,
It's like,
Newsflash for
I'm not
Corey,
even
water is
thirsty.
good.
No.
Water is
I'm-
good.
This crazy thing I tried about
It's so
drinking water,
hydrating.
and I'm just not thirsty anymore.
No,
Water is so good, guys.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like
I say as I have like extra large Coke from Zaxby's. Like,
no, I'm saying like I've always had water, especially if I'm like playing disc golf or something like that. But lately I've been at home and I'm like, oh, I could really use like a Dr. Pepper. And then I would just get ice water and chug it, and it would like remove, like mentally, it would remove that like Dr. Pepper need. Screw you, dude. I'm gonna have more chocolate milk. You don't have chocolate milk.
Guys, I'm thirsty and I drink water and I'm not thirsty
it's
anymore.
crazy. Speaking of
Not thirsty. The taste-
speaking of, Corey needs some milk. You know who else needed some milk this last weekend? That was my guy Paul Macbeth. We just came out of Champions Cup, first major weekend. Looked pretty clear cut after day one who was going to win. Turns out that person decided to stop playing disc golf. So
And are you sure about that?
yeah. He needs some milk.
Oh man.
Yeah, he needed some help.
Somebody!
So there's a lot of storylines coming out of Champions Cup that Corey wants to talk about right now.
Well, we all know about the foot fault with Kristen.
What?
Happened?
Does anybody actually want to say anything about it, or is it kind of just the?
So
it's a
Corey
foot
just
fault?
wants to get right to the punchline. He don't even
Let's
want to
get
care
it.
about
Let's
anything
get
else.
it. Let's get to the foot
Well,
fault. Yo, everybody has to
foot
share their
faults are
opinion for at
stupid.
least 5 minutes.
Jamie, show the clip.
My question is, Kristen got called on a foot fault because she, like, while releasing, kicked the disc because her foot slid forward. Did
Yeah.
Paul get a foot fault slipping on that throw?
Did he touch his disc?
I don't know.
Was there a marshal?
see.
Was there a marshal
There's
that
a-
worked for an organization that's against his success?
Oh wow,
Was it
here we go.
Was it hole 18? Or was it
When
It was
this tournament?
hole 12. Hole 12 was Paul's
hole 12.
slip.
It was one of the water carries, but yeah, hole 12 on his second shot, I believe, he like slipped. Like
His drive was
bracing,
so good too, man.
Did he
fully
fall
spun
over the
around and
plane?
fell onto. No, he like his foot slid forward and then he like twisted. He basically did a 360 and then fell on the ground.
Yeah,
If he never
it was
touched
very
his disc and he
dramatic,
never
honestly.
broke the plane, it doesn't matter.
But you can't tell. So I guess that the question was.
You couldn't tell for the other one too. So
Yeah, but I feel like when you watch it in real time, I feel like to me it was like, oh yeah. I mean, she definitely hit the disc before she let go of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I just want to open the conversation with this, and everybody have your one word answer, and then we'll talk about it more. But
I love it.
do you think that this foot fault call from the marshal on Kristen on hole 16 was good? Yes or no? Was this occurring a good thing?
should I start?
No,
And anybody can. I'm gonna
No.
say no.
No.
but it was the right call. But official should not be stepping in. Kristen should be saying, "I foot faulted."
Because
Neutral.
Kristen even knows that she foot faulted.
Of course she did, because she came back and said, "Well, did I release the disc by the time I hit my disc?"
I mean, how do you know that the millisecond before you release the disc, you kicked your disc? You're not looking at your feet.
True, she might have not realized it, but I'll tell you right now, when I'm in a big pressure moment and I make my throw, I look down as soon as I throw in tournaments to make sure my foot's okay. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just me.
Here's the thing, though. She planted in a spot
It
where
wasn't
she
like
would have been fine, but then
Yeah.
she slid forward because of the ground.
Right.
Yeah, here's my thing. Foot faults are stupid 95% of the time. There's no reason a foot fault should ever be called unless someone is intentionally gaining a competitive advantage.
I think we can all agree on that, though.
Now, can I
Yeah.
say that this call was wrong? No, the call was correct. Right. But is it a call that needed to be made? No, because I am very much of
No.
the rules of the game of disc golf are very much in the spirit of the rules, not in the language of the rules. Right. So this can technically be a foot fault,
I can't read.
but what do we
We
mean
know.
when we say when we read the rules of foot, or when we make the rules of foot fault? Like, the point is that you don't get a competitive advantage of it. Did Kristen get a competitive advantage by slipping 2 inches forward and accidentally touching her disc? No. And in fact, she's probably a disadvantage because she slipped. So, like, what are we doing? Why are we calling this?
And here's my whole thing too. I completely agree with all of that, but I think the biggest issue for me is that everybody wants to have marshals. Like I think we've all agreed that marshals are good. Like, marshals should be out on the course. One, I don't think in any situation, especially not in the last 3 holes of a major championship in the final round, should a marshal be the person initiating a penalty call. I think the
100%.
marshal should be there. And if Missy called the foot fault, the marshal can be the bad guy and say, I second it. You foot
100%.
faulted. That's a stroke. The biggest issue to me, though, is like, we should have marshals, yes, but it's so inconsistent. I can remember 3 marshal involvements in disc golf. The one that wanted to fight Nico, the one that Nico wanted to fight. Sorry, I won't put that on the marshal.
One that wanted to fight Nico.
Oh, he probably wanted to fight me.
When-
That's
too.
wild.
When Gannon got warned for a time violation in the Pro Tour Championship last year, in the final round, in the final holes, when he's trying to come back, and this. So, like, why the marshal should be there, and if you're gonna call something, call it on like day 1 or 2, and let the lead card know, like, hey, we're out here, we're not messing with rules, we're gonna call it. But don't wait until hole 16 and then call a foot fault on Kristen. And if you watch the coverage on Missy's next throw, she plants like a 1.5 feet to the left of her disc and also foot faults. And the marshal's just talking to Kristen about her foot fault. Like, it's just so inconsistent.
Well, if we want
Like-
marshals, we should have a marshal on all 18 holes.
It's impossible.
Well,
They don't
this is
even
the-
they don't even do that on the Pro Tour.
Well, this is the same reason that you can't use video evidence, right? Because it's unfair to every card. So
Right.
if we can't have a marshal on every card, why are we allowing them to make any rulings?
Marshals cannot. Marshall, I should say this. Marshall should not get involved with making a call unless they're asked to intervene or there is evidence showing that an incorrect play was played. So, like, all of us are golfers that now that I know, all of us are golfers. So we know, at least I think we know, on the PGA Tour, if someone catches you doing something wrong and you don't call it on yourself or you don't mark it on your scorecard and then you go and you sign your scorecard and somebody says, oh, remember when you actually grounded, I'm making this up. You grounded your club in the bunker. Well, that should be a 2-stroke penalty. So you should have 2 more strokes in your score. Well, you signed a wrong scorecard, which means disqualification. So when it comes to disc golf, that Marshall should not have ever gotten involved unless I don't know. I don't even know.
I like the Marshall being there to be the bad guy. Like, nobody wants to call stuff in disc golf. We know that's the culture. That's fine. Have the Marshall there, and I don't even mind them not being there for every card. Like, if we just want to focus on, we don't have the resources to focus on the full tournament, let's at least focus on like what everybody's watching. That's fine with me. Just, you can't be the initiator. Like, if somebody wants to call something and they need somebody to be the bad guy and like go explain to the player like, hey, it's a penalty stroke because you took 45 seconds. And I think even time's kind of different because the Marshall can have a stopwatch, right? And that's like a very black and white. You took 43 seconds. Here's your penalty stroke versus, oh, I'm trying in real time. And if you freeze frame in 1 millisecond, it looks like you didn't release the disc before you accidentally slipped into it. Like, it's just it's the complete like wrong rule for a Marshall to be involved in.
And we all know that, people football all the time a little bit and nobody ever calls on each other because exactly what we've said. I hate to think the whole spirit of the rules thing. I think that we got to change something about that. I don't like it, but everyone foot faults at some point in time in a small shape or form. It always comes down to, do you get an actual competitive advantage? Are you trying to do that? And people have done that in the past. Why that person decided in that moment to interject is crazy because that person's a disc golfer and even they know that like people foot fault a little bit all the time.
And Scott makes a great point as well. The fact that the Marshall doesn't have to be seconded as well is insane to me. Like, like that the rules for if you're a player on the card, you have to be seconded, but the Marshall doesn't. Like, that's kind of wild.
It's also not as if the Marshall is any more qualified than any of these people, right? Because all they have to do is pass the PDGA TD certification, which is the biggest joke in an exam ever. Like, it's open book, 25 trick questions, right? You should, if you have 2 brain cells, you should be able to figure that test out. So like, you need to have, I think there needs to be multiple tiers of official, like there needs to be, okay, the rules well enough to play in this event and run C tiers versus a like actual rules official. There needs to be a more stringent test for this. And like, you have someone that is, deciding how you would deal with situations and whether or not that's a good thing, right? And those are the people that are marshalling. Those are the people that are running A tiers and pro tours and stuff like that. So we don't have a good certification, but going off of what Tyler said about getting the kind of spirit of the game out of it, I agree and disagree, right? I think that you leave too much ambiguity by being like, well, this is how I interpret the rule. Right. But I do think you need some ambiguity because when you get this technical about the sport, it just turns into a crapshoot. Right. Like, can you really tell from 30 feet away if someone stepped within their pinky toe within the sheet of paper? Can you really?
It's why you always err further back.
I think you should be able to go farther back than a sheet of paper.
Well, I also like what gets me too is like she didn't mark her disc, and if she marked her disc where she even slid to would have been fine, right? Like that's the weird part of disc golf rules. Like,
yeah, it also doesn't make sense that we make you mark in front of your lie when you could just mark the disc to the back of the lie, but not have your mini go backwards, right? So you're still getting the same effective lie. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. The last thing I have to say is yes, Marshalls matter, but Marshall Mathers, B Rabbit, Eminem,
Bum, 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 bum.
He went to Cranbrook.
Detroit
That's a
guy.
private school.
I do love. I got a highlight for the recorded podcast. Max saying, "If you have 2 brain cells, you could be an official." Scott with the quick that eliminates half the podcast was quality work.
We
Might
could be
not
a
have
couple
2
of
brain
officials
cells, but
combined.
I have a half gallon of chocolate milk.
I can't believe Kristen and Champions Cup has a going issue with each other. Makes no sense.
Do we know that official wasn't Elaine King in disguise?
That's a good question. I
That
think
is
what
not
I,
confirmed.
the next thing that I'm going to wonder now is like coming down the stretch at either Worlds or the other European major. We can have a Marshall out there just like stroking Paige, stroking Missy, like anybody that's not Kristen. Just hey, foot fault.
Probably need to like start using a different word, but yeah, I agree.
You know,
Shoe
stroke 'em.
fault.
Stroke them.
I know it's a funny thing on the PGA Tour that people have been using. Oh, by the way, speaking of PGA Tour, I think it's
You guys
so
know that Tyler
funny.
golfs?
We all golf. Don't even get me started.
I don't go.
There's no more anymore. I think it's so funny how it seems like all of the things that disc golf's been going through over the last couple of years, trying to figure out that golf is actually now getting into. Like people are getting upset about how long it's taking golfers to play and how to figure that out.
Yeah.
And stroking people. And then also the thing comes out about the new PGA Tour Tour Championship. They're going to be doing it the way that disc golf does it. So I think it's so funny how we've said, let's just do it the way golf does it. And now golf's like, let's just do it the way disc golf's doing it. So I think what I've heard in golf is they want a 45-second timer per shot. And I'm just like, bro, if they start doing that, they're screwed because you cannot be timing people in the game of golf at all. What they need to do is the way they've been doing it forever, which is here's the allotted time that you have to take in your round. This is the allotted time you have per hole. And if you get a certain time frame out of the where you should be the next hole, that's when we start, penalizing you. And that's what we should be doing in disc golf too. But I don't know.
I mean, we should take the 30-second rule away entirely. There should not be any constraints on a single throw whatsoever. It should just be that someone is monitoring pace of play and they see you're 2 holes behind the group in front of you. Get out there and tell them to hurry up. And if they don't, stroke them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
completely agree.
if you really want to speed up pace of play, Nate Heinold needs to buy segways for everyone that's playing.
Or
Corey has been obsessed with Nate Heinold and
alligators on the
lately.
course.
It was so funny.
Alligators
Gators on the course.
Matthew in my chat says, "What if it's only one person
Matt
holding
will
up the
have to-
card?" I think that's the situation where like a marshal would actually be helpful. Like that's the situation we need a marshal for to go out and tell Cupcake to actually let the putt go.
Well, no, the PGA posted that really feel-good article about him, so you can't stroke him anymore.
Okay, this just triggered me again. You know what triggers me? That we're going to get a PDGA article about like, hey, Cupcake just has anxiety, he can't putt. They're not going to address this situation at all. This is nobody's saying anything on the PDGA about this, but we're going to get an article about how Cupcake just has anxiety and can't putt.
To Scott's point, Scott said that as Brody says, everyone should be hustling to their disc and speed running their round. I don't agree with that statement, but Brody's general sentiment I think is correct. Far too often do I see people taking way too much time to play, right? Like I have a pretty fast pace of play, but I take my time when it comes to my disc. That's because I do throwing my disc. That's because I do all the other stuff while other people are throwing, right? Like I'm range finding. I'm figuring out what disc I want to throw while other people are doing things, right? Like I get far enough up the fairway to where I'm not impeding anyone, but I'm going to get to my disc in a timely manner. Okay. It's not hard. Like people get sucked into talking to their card mates or like, hold on, let me sit down, dig through my disc, wipe it off, put my chalk on, like figure it out. You got to go faster because I'm tired of getting backed up for 3 holes into a tournament. It doesn't make sense. It happens all the time at every tournament.
How do you feel about Brody's other response to pace of play where he said if there's a par 3 and you are putting, let the card behind you play the throw off of the tee and then finish putting, because then by the time they walk there's no time difference. I don't know if that makes sense, but
I know what you're saying. I hate that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like the idea that someone is throwing into your group
Yeah.
while you're playing. Now,
No, but
if
I
we're talking
mean-
about
Well,
par
no,
fours,
you would be stopping and
Right.
watching them throw.
yeah, but you're standing there watching the disc so you don't get hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's silly. Now, if it's like a par 4, I don't think you have to wait for them to finish out on the green to drive halfway
No,
down the
no.
fairway. But yeah, you guys go ahead and throw while I figure out where my disc is. No, that's a different situation to me.
But I mean, to Mac's point, that's genuinely 70% of the reason I just don't want to play tournaments ever, is it just takes so long to play around a disc golf for no reason.
That's why I don't play tournaments anymore. It takes
isn't
all
hard to
day
play
long.
fast.
Yeah.
It is not hard to play fast at all. I have played tournaments that were full and everyone played at a good pace, and we finished by 3:00. Versus the ones where I'm chasing the sunset, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about multiple 5-hour rounds, and it's what are we doing?
You know,
Yes, spectators are another issue for sure.
Yeah.
what do you mean by spectators are another issue?
Scott said that it's also an issue if the card has spectators. But to be honest, the spectators, I don't care about. Figure it out. Hurry up if we're going too fast. The spectators should probably just be in their own designated areas anyway, and
Yeah.
should have no impediment on the players.
Yeah.
So now that's a
Yeah.
little harder in disc golf because we play wooded courses and we don't have designated spectator areas in the trees. But all these open courses, Ledgestone, whatever, D-Glow, you get to stand on the tall grass toboggan hill, and that's where you stand. And you're going to get shot and killed if you get out of that area.
That's what the marshal is actually there for. Speaking of courses that we play, though, what do you guys think of the course here for Champions Cup? Some typical OTB course with some changes for Champions Cup, but what are we thinking?
I like
Synthetic.
the course, not for Champions Cup.
I thought it was just synthetic woods is what I'd call it, as close as they could, because I think the fairways are pretty tight, so there's really no rough, which I'm totally fine with. So I like that it was very tight, a lot of OB and a lot of wind. The wind was a cool factor.
Yeah.
So
I like OTB.
Mac, your mic is killing us.
What is it doing?
You're doing something on your table, aren't you?
I don't think so.
I'm the only one that was hearing.
No, I heard it. I didn't know what it was, though.
You hear that, Mac?
Oh, interesting. Okay,
That's what yours is sounding like.
hands up. I like OTB, and I think they do well for the topography and the land that they have. Like Corey said, I don't love it for Champions Cup. I do wish that the preserve was more like OTB is, because I feel like there's similar types of landscape.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I'm talking about that is because I just watched the Simon video of him and Kale. If any of you watched that.
Not yet, but I
yet.
want to. How much
Yeah.
did he change of the course?
4 or 5 holes.
Okay.
They completely changed 1 or 2 of the holes, and then the other ones they just kind of tweaked the lay. There's one thing that I entirely disagree with that he did, but it's going to be impossible for me to explain it without you having seen it. So
Okay. Well, speaking about course change, how do you feel about the green course that they're going to be playing for 26 Worlds?
it's going to be sick.
Okay, good. For
It's
those of you
gonna-
who don't know, they are doing toboggan and also one of the other courses on the same property, but they are making it a championship level course as opposed to the pro course, I guess you could say, that we had the whole time. And me and Mac went out and looked at it, and it is freaking sweet, except for one hole. which we believe is hole 17, it does not make any sense.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to cut some stuff for that one. But
Yeah.
I think in general the changes they're making are good if they do the things that we thought they were gonna do.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be a really fun addition. It kind of reminds me of WR Jackson, honestly, a little bit. So if you miss Old Champions Cup, I feel like it's gonna be a similar type of course to that, where it's tight woods at times, but it is fair wooded fairways the most time. What did you call it? Viridian?
Yeah, I call it Viridian because it reminds me of Viridian Forest in the original Pokemon, where it's like grass with like bushes on both sides. That's what that course reminds me of. What if after this, if they like it so much, what if that becomes Champions Cup? And then they have like Champions Cup and D-Glow back-to-back weeks.
Didn't they already say that they were gonna do Champions Cup at New London?
Like forever,
so.
or
I
I don't know about
thought.
forever.
okay.
I don't
I
know.
thought their initial or ultimate plan was to actually go back to WR whenever that was ready.
Yeah, I just
I
don't know if
don't-
that's possible.
I don't think that. At least I haven't heard anything positive about that course actually being designed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have an idea of what they want each major to be.
Mhm.
That's what I would love. That way we can have some consistency, and like that's how you create a more, I don't know how to say this other than this, like serious sport is like, you know, every sport has its, or individual sports has its major or grand slam like they have in tennis. Like it's very defined. Like this does this, this does that. Like I wish if we had that staple in disc golf, we would have like more of like history for people to like chase. But we
Yeah,
don't
I
have
feel
that,
like
right?
I feel like we're close in that. Like USDGC is USDGC. Like I feel like that's the closest we do have. I think Worlds rotating and having a course of both disciplines, I guess I'll say, like more open and more wooded, exists. I think it's the others that are, which I mean, European Open is only in question now because we are losing the course. So
As long
that
as it's
sucks.
in Europe,
Rest in peace.
you know, that covers my thing about
Right.
European Open.
Bring back, just
guarantee we can go
replace
to-
Champions Cup with the Japan Open. Let's just go back to Japan and throw 150 class discs again, man.
Dude,
that would be so
Japan Open
sick.
was so sick.
Yeah.
But we could literally go to any European course. It could be the crappiest course to the people that live around it, but because it's brand new for us, we'd be like, "This is amazing."
So sick.
So, yeah, I don't think that
Or just
is
go to
gonna
like,
matter.
well, like in golf, they go usually to like Great Britain. So it could be like Scotland, could be Ireland, could be England. Like
Yeah.
they should just go to like Finland or like Sweden for like European Cup, right? Like those are the people that like really pay attention to disc golf. So they should
Or
just
the
keep
other
it there.
the other thing that I was thinking was, what if they turned it into, instead of European Open, it's International Open, and every 3 years it's either in Europe, Japan, or Australia. Because
Bring
they've
back
had-
UC's World Tour, baby. Bring back the World
Yeah, but-
Tour.
but every 3 years it's either at one of those locations, and it kind of just rotates, and then that way you have 3 years to make this course the best thing ever. And then if you do end up lose the course, you can just go somewhere else, and you have 3 years to make sure that
Yeah,
it is
to
the
make
best
something sick.
thing. Yeah.
I just want us to consistently, and I know we are this year, but like Kona Peach Day, man. Kona Peach Day is the sickest course of all time. IMO. Heavily influenced by the fact that there's a castle on it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Real quick, I just wanted to wrap up points for Champions Cup since we're kind of wrapping up the Champions Cup talk. If you were not aware, Isaac Robinson
say,
won. If you're double,
Didn't even talk about the MPO.
if you're double not aware, Tyler picked Isaac Robinson to win, so he gets 6 points for the major. And then, I mean, is it a Mac curse? Mac is doing work for people when he's making picks. Mac also gets 6 points for AB, and then Connor Rock, back-to-back Dark
My
Horse
goat.
appearances,
My
the
goat.
only one that cashed. So our points are now up to Tyler and Matt tied at 12, I have 8, and Corey has 3. But Corey's cooking. Just let Corey cook up over there. Don't worry about him.
Can we get to like the championship round of tonight's debate?
I say, do you guys want to get into it?
We need to get into it now.
All right.
Like,
So if
right
you
now.
don't know, if you're not in our Discord, there's been a conversation brewing in our Discord about Gannon Burr versus Isaac Robinson. The initial question, which let's go through it. The initial question was, who's quote unquote locked in is better between Gannon Burr and Isaac Robinson? To which I said it's Gannon Burr, and it's not even close, which was met with some harsh criticism of that opinion. So I think we got to talk it out. I think for me, I'm misunderstanding the question. So can you, in 7 words or less, describe the question?
What you did on your story the other day was who has a higher ceiling, and that's a totally different question.
Very different.
See,
So
to me,
I think
in my
Gannon Burr's-
brain, can I explain my brain?
Sure.
I read that who's locked in is better. So when you're locked in, who at their peak of their abilities between Gannon Burr or Isaac Robinson is better? Who at their highest skill ceiling is better? And in my opinion, it's Gannon Burr, and it's not even close.
I want to know why you think it's not even close. That's what I'm curious about.
So when I think about ceiling as opposed to locked in, I think locked in is closer to like your average dominance and not the peak. I think Isaac has a higher ceiling because if he pops off, he pops off. But I think if Gannon is in like that lane, he's going to win. It's just
So you
maybe
think Isaac's best is better than Gannon's best?
Yes, but
I think Gannon's is so much better. It's literally not even close.
Yeah, I fully disagree with that point. Not you. I agree with you, Tyler or Taylor. I think that Gannon Burr is way better than Isaac Robinson in terms of his highest ceiling. When I hear locked in, I think of, all right, it is on. You were in tournament mode. You were like leading this tournament. How do you react? Right? Isaac Robinson, when he is locked in and he's leading a tournament, no one is catching him. And you think of 2023 Worlds, you think of 2024 Worlds. He won by 4 and 5 strokes respectively.
Yeah.
Okay, I think. Or was that Champions Cup? No, he won Champions Cup by 5 strokes. He won 2024 Worlds by 4 strokes. All right. He won 2023 by 2, and he won this one by 1, but he laid up on the last hole. Right. And at no point this past Champions Cup was probably the one where it was like the closest. But you think of like the Worlds at Fox Run. No, he didn't give anyone a chance to catch him because he is disgusting on the putting green when he's locked in. Anything inside of 50 legitimately is going in. All right. He's not throwing out of bounds. And the reason that I say he's a better locked in than Gannon is because I have watched Gannon be rattled.
Yeah.
Even if that means that he still wins the tournament, he gets rattled and he looks shaky on the green. Right? He looks shaky off the tee. That even if he executes, right, it's a mentality thing for me. Yeah, Isaac Robinson, steel trap when he's locked in. That's my point.
I have nothing else to say because that's exactly how I feel.
No,
That's
yeah,
how
I mean,
took it. And that's how I took it. Like, if it's the last round of Worlds and somebody's leading a tournament, who am I more scared of, Gannon or Isaac? For me, it's Isaac.
If Isaac gets in front of you, I don't feel like I could catch him.
Isaac is like Tiger Woods, right?
If the question is like,
it's over.
Who is more outwardly intimidating to play against, then I can definitely agree that it's Isaac. I will also agree if the question is who plays better at Worlds. Obviously, it's Isaac. But I guess the thing I thought about was there is not a shot on a disc golf course that if someone walked up to me and said, this shot has to be executed or I will kill you, there is not a shot that exists that I would pick Isaac to execute over Gannon. Ever.
Wow.
I'd pick one, but it would be like that that flippy little fairway driver turn, but that's about it, right? Or like a 45-footer.
No, I mean, listen, my mindset is when I asked that question, I was thinking like when it comes time to these big events and you have to play well and you have to get it done, like I'm choosing Isaac to have to get it done over Gannon. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you, Taylor, that Gannon obviously I think has the higher ceiling than Isaac. I mean, he's elite on both sides of the disc. He's consistently the best circle 2 putter on tour. He's a good circle 1 putter. No one can deny it. So like, yeah, who's the better player? It's Gannon. But who's better locked in? I think Isaac, and I think this is the reason that you've seen Isaac have more wins than Ezra, because I think Ezra is actually a better player than Isaac.
He gets
like
rattled.
skill wise, yeah, he gets rattled. He's right here, but Isaac has that different. He has that different gear where it's like I'm just going to do the thing, and then he does it.
What's interesting to me too about Isaac is that it's not like we've never seen Isaac falter in tournaments that he's been in contention, which is not like the biggest number, but it's like majors and Idlewild. And the time he faltered and lost a lead was Idlewild and not 2 world championships or 2 other majors.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like in that round, like you could see him getting frustrated. And it's just strange to me that like that's the one over all of the options.
Yeah.
I just want to give go ahead.
No, I was just ending the point. You're good.
I was just giving a couple shout outs to Adam Hemmes getting top 5 and Ezra Aderhold getting a top 10. I mean, of course, Sullivan tipped him, but he's like the obvious, but I was trying to throw in some guys in there.
Yeah, to your point, like I think there's more to talk about in MPO that we kind of glazed over, like Andrew Marweed on a lead card, Sullivan Tipton leading a major on the final day. Like it was definitely a very surprising weekend. And I think to that point too, and I'll get back, that one of the best things about Isaac, and I this also, it's a very backhanded compliment, but I'm going to say, like, I think the fact that Isaac does have limitations is one of the best parts about his game, that he accepts those and just plays like the highest percentage shot at all times. Like Isaac won this weekend because he did not go OB. Like Paul went OB 19 times.
Yeah. He does what he knows he can do.
Yeah.
And he can do a lot.
He is very good at playing within himself.
Yep. Especially his shot, like on hole 1, it's very like apparent that I'm going to throw the shot. It's a safer shot. And if I make the putt, I make the putt. I mean, out of the top 5 guys, he's the only one to birdie it. Sullivan tipped him birdie it, but he was tied for 5th. But out of those guys, he was the only one to birdie it.
Mac, for the classic unfinished business question, like what player, when they win a major, would you cry for? Is your answer, is your top answer Sullivan Tipton?
Dude, either him or Matty O. But like Sully, I put in the Discord, if Sullivan won this tournament, I would have started burning cars. Because like it would have been full downtown Detroit. The Lions just won the Super Bowl for me.
Please don't burn my city.
I'm burning Corey's
house. I thought you were going to say, like, please don't burn my car. Yes. No, when I say I'm burning cars, I'm going to Corey's house.
Don't burn.
I mean, Sully's he's an Alabama boy. He's from Birmingham. I've played a couple turns with him. I'm not like good friends with the guy by any means, but talk to him a good bit. We're very friendly. He's a stand-up guy. He's great. So I would love to see him win.
He seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah, he is very cool. And
can I just take a moment to just like fully air out how depressed I was watching this tournament this weekend? I think I turned the final round off.
I've been waiting. I was see this is why I brought up. This is why I bring up at MPO, because I was like, no, Taylor cannot just glaze right over MPO and not talk about Paul.
Oh man, I mean, it was like the full arc was like, I'll relate to this as a Titans fan. Like it was like if the Titans made the playoffs next year, and I'm like, we're here, bro. Like this is it. We're the 1 seed. Nothing can go wrong. in this, the crazy thing to me is like Paul right now physically has every shot that he's ever had in the years of dominant Paul. Like he has, his putting was back this weekend, which is the big reason. At least his putting was back Thursday, which is the biggest reason he shot so well. He's playing as well as he was then. I have never seen Paul get rattled the way Paul got rattled this weekend. He took 2 back-to-back OBs on like hole, 12 or 13 round 2. Mentally was never the same. And like highlight his whole 18 final putt that just doinked a 15-footer and went straight out of bounds. Like that, I just knew it was just so over. Like it was actually just so over at that point. But I felt like body language, you could just tell he had like given up halfway through like round 2. Like he took those 2 bad breaks back to back and was just on tilt for the rest of the entire event.
So the thing I want to bring up is that like after the round 1, you're like, okay, he's got a 3-shot lead, but then let's really look at who he was leading over. Andrew Miranda, Jesse Niemanen, Adam Hemmes, Andrew Marweed, James Proctor, and then you get the Gannon Burr at 8 under. He was leading Gannon by 6 strokes, and all those people above Gannon are just like, they're good, but like,
they're not
really
like
going to be able
chasing
to keep up
Paul
with
down for
Paul
a
the rest of
major.
the way?
Yeah, I mean, Paul had 6
I did not watch
shots
on Friday, Saturday, or the beginning of Sunday.
Paul had 6 shots
No,
halfway through round 2.
Like, I watched Thursday, saw this leaderboard, and I literally thought it's over. Paul's winning something, but then apparently,
Apparently,
I've never been on live television before.
is Paul officially washed?
No, I don't think so. But dude, it's getting scary
Like,
because,
I would
like
say
Taylor said,
this is bad.
he has all the shots and they look great. Like they look really good, but I think he just wants it too much.
Yes, that's what I was
He's
just going to
trying
say. I would
force the
be
old Paul.
I would be more concerned if it was the opposite.
When you
if
have the old
Paul was
you
locked
should be able to
in,
force it.
But he isn't the old Paul.
if Paul was locked in but just like couldn't throw the disc, I would be more concerned. Like I think it's exactly that, Mac. Like I think he is very, very stuck on the majors, like total, like Ty and Ken. I think he's very like mentally stuck on that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was 996 from the last round.
He was. Oh,
Well,
I was
you
gonna
can
say.
see-
He was
how many
20 under
strokes did he
halfway
take?
through round 2, and then the winner was what, 26
15.
was what, Isaac, and then he finished at 15.
Yeah.
He needed 6 birdies
How
in
many strokes
2.5
did he take from
rounds.
missing putts that went in the water?
Well, I'm telling you right now, it's his scramble because on round 2 he was 0 for 3. Round 3 he was 2 for 5, and the last round he was 3 for 7.
I was looking at like just
I mean,
his
let's-
fairways and
let's look at it this way.
regulation
Just on
through
the
the rounds,
putts, though.
just tank.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. His lowest was 74%. I don't think that's terrible.
It was the kinds of misses that he had. Now, 74% isn't very good by tour standards, but
Oh, I don't
He
know what
also-
the average is.
he also missed at like the worst times because
Mhm.
I think he airballed one in the water. He had the one little like splash out that went into the water, which granted maybe not his fault, but even day 1, he went for those long putts that like, yeah, he made them. He barely made them, but like that could have been disastrous for his round.
Yeah.
If it had been an inch short and he stands up and rolls in the water, like that's just, yeah, it's great when you do it and you shoot 14 under and it's like, wow, your highest rated major round ever. But like, what happens when that misses and now you squander your round, right? And then you go from 20 under to 15 under by the end of the tournament.
Yeah, but isn't the only way you win like you go for it?
Not,
Mm,
not when you're Paul, I don't think.
I mean, what did Isaac? We just got done talking about Isaac doing just the, what he knows he can do. Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Listen, the winning golf is this: don't go OB, make your circle 1 putts, and put yourself in the best high percentage shot every single time. That's winning golf.
So anytime you're in circle 2, you should just lay up.
No, but I'm saying how you win is making all your circle ones. That makes winning very easy. It makes it a lot easier.
It depends on the course, right? Because like disc golf is significantly different than golf in this way, where any golf course you have to play like on the Pro Tour. Any golf course on the PGA Tour, you have to play smart. Obviously, that's different for certain courses, like Augusta's one, where you got to really pick where you want to land, right? But to a certain extent, you have to be smart with what you're doing. Versus we go play like Preserve, it's a birdie fest. Like you just have to make every putt,
Yeah.
right? So I get running it, but this course had an insane amount of out of bounds.
Mhm.
Over 4 rounds, the winner was 26. So what? That's like 6.5 under every round. Let's say Paul lays up every circle 2 putt. So that means he's like 2 strokes less, or every danger circle 2 putt. He's 2 strokes less on the first round, but he probably gains like 6 over the course of the tournament if he does that.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
but
the
that's only
first
if
round
he
almost
didn't
baited
go
him a little
be-
bit. Like baited at him and like in the rest of the tournament to like really try to push when he didn't need
Like,
to.
he was like, "Oh, I could do this again and again and
Yeah.
again." And
I don't know. I don't know if it's considered baiting. I think it maybe his ego got in the way. He was like,
Yeah.
he's like, people have been talking. I'm just gonna go out here and I'm gonna smash everybody. I mean, you shoot 14 under, you're gonna go out there thinking, okay, I'm just gonna do this again.
Yeah.
He's the master until he's baited.
Gets you every time.
I think
Gets you
Paul's
every time.
he's going through a little bit of a Yuli scenario where Yuli had that stretch of years where he was just really bad on tour. And it's because he was trying to play like he did in like 2014. And now Yuli plays like the old man disc golfer that he is, and he plays pretty good for like someone.
I mean,
that's about to
really
be in
though,
Masters.
if it wasn't Paul, would you say he's playing bad on tour right now?
No, but it's because I know what Paul can do.
Yeah, I was just gonna
It's
say
because
it's
I know
funny
Paul
that
can go
he's like
shoot a 14 under.
yeah.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like-
let me ask you. I mean, I could say this, and like, if you had to choose one of these players to win the next major, who are you choosing, Calvin or Paul?
Which one's the next major?
It doesn't matter. I'm just.
I'll say I don't really care
It
which
does
one. I'm
matter
not
to
picking
me.
Calvin.
Oh yeah. I mean, Calvin's a tough one for me to pick to win anything, to be honest.
It'll be European Open, I think.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Paul is disgusting in Europe. So
I say is Worlds
Paul and
before the
European
festival
Open
or festival before
Worlds?
Worlds?
I mean, Worlds and Euro is in Europe, so it doesn't even matter. But then, you know, USDGC, Paul has won that, multiple times. So
I don't think it's a bad pick for Paul for any of these majors, right? Like I really don't. But he's scaring me a little because it's just going to keep piling on, right? Where he can live in the headspace of like, man, I'm right there. I just need to fix like this thing or this thing, and like I'm good. You can stay in that positive headspace for so long, but once this happens like 10 times where you're right there and you lose it, I don't know if you recover from that, to be honest.
yeah, I 100% agree. It's a
Can we
confidence
just-
thing.
Can we just reflect for a second that I'm just looking at the schedule and we're going to have the European Disc Golf Festival major on 7/17 to 7/20 and then Worlds 2 weeks after 7/30 to 8/3. It's going to be wild times for disc golf for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I just want to also mention Calvin had like the opposite Paul effect. He shot 3 under, even 5 under, and then 12 under.
Classic
As
Calvin, man.
does.
Dude,
Coming back up the
classic Calvin.
leaderboard.
Classic.
40th to like 12th on the last round.
He jumped 24 spots the last round.
Yeah. I never had much stake in Calvin, but I've fully given up on Calvin.
I've been saying it as early as last year.
Yeah,
And I keep
And then you
hitting-
immediately pick him.
For the
Because
next tournament.
because I'm thinking this is the time, maybe he's gonna come back at me. But yeah. I don't know. Wild tournament.
Any true disappointments out there? I got to say, disappointed in Garrett Gurthey over at
Ezra
+1
Robinson.
after he had a very good round one. Thought my dark horse would pay off. Didn't make the cut. Shout out Double G.
Ezra Robinson, 39th.
Disappointed in James Proctor. He shot
Yeah.
very well the first round and then missed cash by 1 stroke. Someone I'm
Oh.
not disappointed in, Silas Schultz. 14th place for Mr. Schultz.
I think Silas Schultz is like this year's Austin Turner, as in the dark horse conversation of just like probably
Tied.
should just be the lock for dark horse.
No, that's Connor Rock.
So I picked this person before I picked the eventual winner of this tournament. Gavin Rathbun finished in 59th,
That's tough.
and I picked him second.
Who? So, what is he throwing now?
Prodigy.
Oh, I'm staring directly at you, Mick.
So low.
What was, what was said
nobody
last
shocking
week? I
on the
said
DNF
Robert-
watch. Just for
Uh,
Tyler's knowledge, nobody wild on the DNF watch.
No,
It's so funny. It is so funny that we made one random person on the DNF watch and then have not updated
So we have
it.
not gone back to that segment.
I thought it would be something to like keep my eye on, but there's nothing exciting about it.
There'll be one this year, a fraudulent DNF.
Hey, Eliezra DNF'd, and I don't know why. After the
Said she
second
had
round.
a really really bad blister on her throwing like hand that she couldn't get over.
She constantly has that though.
I've heard that's
She's, like,
I know
always
Casey
taking on her
White's talked
fingers.
about that before. How like at some point in the season, like his finger will just split, and it's like inevitable.
Yeah.
That's why.
Scott's
What did I
question:
say
What
last
happened to
week?
Double G
Robert
Craft
Burridge was,
Jerky?
watched?
I think they moved suppliers. I think it's still a thing, but I do know that they moved suppliers for their jerky.
Yeah, I just want to say Robert Burridge, I said last week he was washed. He came in 67th place. So
Yeah.
washed. Officially Robert Burridge washed. A mere 2 years
It's-
into his career.
He's done. Back it up. Shout out to Eagle. Eagle is up there. 13th. He's getting it back.
Will
I'm worried
Yeah,
about
Eagle
Eagle.
did better than Simon.
here's my question. Will we ever see Eagle as a legitimate top player again?
No,
What
it's
a
over.
good question.
It's over.
I don't know.
I want to
don't
say
think
yes
I
so
feel like
bad,
he's
but it's
got
just in his brain.
Dude,
It's in his brain.
guys,
He's got
got-
Paige Pierce syndrome.
He's got the bag. He's got the girl. He's got the music videos. He's cooked. He's done, dude.
He has the spirit of the wind dragon.
I mean,
How
he's
old is he?
25, 6, something like that.
There's a
He's
chance.
He's like 2 years younger than me.
There's still a chance.
I think his best chance is like late 20s.
27.
He hits a stride where he's like, what have I been doing
27?
for like 3 years?
I think he
22.
needs, dude. What if he shows up 29, dyed black hair,
No,
Like
we need
emo-
bleached.
emo-
we need
no.
bleached back.
dyed black hair, emo cut. So it's
Toby
like
Maguire
covering part
Spider-Man
of
3
his-
look.
Yes. okay,
Yes,
Okay.
and then he's just ripping. I like that.
I mean, I'm here for an Eagle comeback.
I
not
think
gonna-
Paul Macbeth needs to do the bleach tips.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I
That'd be great.
miss 2000 to 2022. I just feel like that was such a good era.
2000 to 2020.
Just 22 years.
2020. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
I'm just making sure that we're talking about the right thing. 'cause
no.
The year
So, like,
2000,
right
that
when
was
they came,
sick.
right when they came back from COVID, like Chris Dickerson was still like dominating, and then Eagle was still doing his thing. Paul was still good. Ricky was still good. Like everyone that we loved was still really like Calvin was battling out for tour championships. You know, they were
Kevin
calling him a
wasn't
kid
washed.
then, which is crazy. Yeah,
Gannon wasn't born yet.
Again,
I
it was
mean,
a
Ricky
fetus. Yes.
Ricky is still good. Let's be clear. He has what 4 top 5s this year?
hasn't won a major in what 7-8 years,
Neither have
mean,
you.
That's true.
but I'm not expected to.
Who wins a major first, Paul or Ricky?
Ricky.
Ricky.
I think Ricky wins European Disc Golf Festival.
Yeah, I could feel that.
That's my.
I think
early
I'm going
prediction.
Paul. Put me on the Paul train.
I think
I'm
I think
never
Rick,
never left.
Rick right now.
You
Rick
haven't
right
been
now
hurt
has
enough.
one of those like.
The worst part is I literally said first thing in the Discord, like Paul shot 1097. He's up 6 strokes. I am so ready to be so depressed, and I wasn't. I knew it was going to happen, and I still wasn't ready.
I think Rick has one of those like, if he's in it, he's in it.
If he's locked, he's locked.
If he's locked in, he's locked in.
He's
Yeah.
got to get that first round going. He's always
Yeah.
so far behind.
Dude, I feel like Ricky chasing you is one of the scariest things on the planet.
I would agree with that.
Especially if he's on your card. You never feel safe.
Yeah.
He's 60
Yeah.
feet and you're like, he's draining it.
He's gonna
Plus, he's
knock
staring
over
at
a
you with those,
baby.
like, eyes.
Knock over a
Oh my
baby
gosh!
with
I
his
can't wait to
mind
fucking-
powers.
Can't wait to bring that up again.
But if you told me, if you told, all right, let's think about this real quick. If it's 2022,
Okay.
right? And I said, hey, there's this kid named Isaac Robinson, and there's this guy Ricky Wysocki. One of these guys are going to win 4 majors in the next 3 years. I mean, it's crazy to think that it's not Ricky.
Yeah,
It's true.
Crazy.
very true. Well,
How good was
speaking of-
Isaac in 2022?
You know, that's a great question. Speaking of, I don't have a game per se tonight. I was preparing for something far greater in that I thought I'd have to pull out some stats, but I have a full Google sheet of stats comparing Gannon Buhr and Isaac Robinson for many years. So we're just gonna play a little game of a little like over under for some stats for Gannon Buhr and Isaac Robinson. We'll get through my Google sheet, and that'll be the game for tonight. And then I mean we really got to get to Tyler's Tub because I'm fiending for Tyler's Tub.
I'm gonna close my PDGA pages for Isaac and Gannon.
There you
that I
go.
had open.
So first, the bulk of the stats here, I just pulled together for 2024 and 2025 for the major stat categories, right? So we're talking birdie percentage, fairway hits, parked, C1 in reg, C2 in reg, scramble, C1X putting, circle 2 putting, and OB rate. The 9 major stat categories in disc golf. In 2024, how many of those do you think, directly comparing Gannon and Isaac, did Isaac win in 2024? Did Isaac edge out Gannon in?
Can you say them again?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Birdie rate, fairway hits, parked percentage, circle 1 in reg, circle 2 in reg, scramble rate, C1X putting, circle 2 putting, and OB rate.
Jeez.
4.
And you're asking what?
How many of
How
those?
many
How many of
did-
those was Isaac better than Gannon in?
4.
I'll say 1.
2.
Mac is right on the nose with 2. I thought it was also
Guess what
important
it
to note.
was?
Oh, go ahead.
I think it was fairways hit and circle 2 in regulation.
That's insane. He's right on the money with the 2 stats. He was fairway hits. He was 0.8% higher than Gannon. For tied second, Gannon was 5th, and circle 2 in reg, he was 3rd. Gannon was in 4th by 0.7%. Really,
Tell
edged
me
him
I
out.
don't know
first.
ball. Tell me I don't know ball.
Got him. I have no idea. For 2025, same exercise for 2025.
Oh,
4.
for just this season, Isaac has had a stinker of a year so far, besides this last one. So I'm gonna go 1.
It is indeed 1. Mac is on a generational run right now. Do you want to guess which one it is?
You have to.
I'm gonna go fairways hit.
Stop the stream. Stop the stream. It is fairways hit. Gannon or Isaac is actually first in fairways hit right now at 81%. So shout out to Isaac.
First
I also-
overall on tour?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but who's first?
Isaac in that one.
Oh, okay,
s-
sorry.
so I also thought it was interesting. I pulled together their highest average event rating by year from 2022 to 2025. So by year, we'll start with 2022. Who do you think had the highest average event rating? So this is, for a full tournament, your average rating was X.
I'll say Isaac.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm
Was
gonna
it-
say Isaac.
Was it 22 or 21 where Gannon lost to Drew at LWS or not LWS, LVC?
22.
22. That was kind of the first year Gannon started popping up.
Because he was a rookie in 21, I believe.
I think that's right.
I'm gonna say, oh man, I'm gonna say it was Gannon.
Gannon's highest event rating for 2022 was 1067. Isaac's was 1064. So Gannon by a few points. Same thing for
Gannon.
2023. We'll go year by year here.
23 is when Isaac destroyed everyone at Champions Cup. So, and this is just over the highest rating of the tournament, of any tournament, right?
Yeah, so their highest average tournament. So like it's all of the rounds of the tournament averaged, but just the highest event rating for the year. Yeah.
Trying to
Isaac?
think of,
Yeah, I'll go Isaac.
I'm gonna say Isaac.
Isaac's highest average event rating was 1062. Gannon's was 1068. So Gannon by a few points.
What was the-
2024.
What was the round?
Don't know.
I'm gonna guess it was Champions Cup for Isaac. I will fact check.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Gannon. Like,
Oh, I don't know.
What
I should have. I should have known because WR rates so bad. Let's see. Isaac Robinson, Champions Cup. Anyway, go ahead.
I'll just keep going. We got two more
so we're in
years.
24.
So 2024. Yep.
All right, give me Gannon.
Gannon
yeah.
literally won everything.
Yeah, Gannon. not a question, Gannon.
Corey is Gannon. Your guess as well.
Yeah, Corey said Gannon.
All right, my
For the
bad.
fourth time, yes.
Hey, my bad. Yeah, 2024 Gannon's highest was 1086 and Isaac's was 1061. And then finally 2025 so far this year.
Its highest overall.
Isaac.
Gannon hasn't won.
Gannon. No, wait. This year? Oh, it's.
This year, yeah, 25.
I'll go Gannon.
I'm gonna say Isaac because there's so much OB on this course.
Corey, did you answer? I'm so sorry.
Who's number one?
Isaac.
So Isaac's highest average this year was 1050 and Gannon's and his win at Kansas City Wide Open was 1080. As a weird note, Mac, to your point, this year's Champions Cup winners rating was the lowest in like years.
Wow.
Oh,
Weirdly enough. Finally, I just looked at
really surprising.
Statmando has a list of the top 300 best rated rounds of all time. I did this initially by year, but we'll just go total. If you had to guess how many rounds is owned by each of these players in the top 300 rated rounds of all time, how many would you guess Gannon and Isaac have?
Top 300. I think there's only been like 40 1100 rated rounds or something like that. So that's probably like 1070 and above, I would guess. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go 30 from Gannon and 14 from Isaac.
I'm gonna go 29 Gannon and 15 Isaac.
I'll say 24 Gannon and only 9 from Isaac.
All right, so to Mac's point, this list, the lowest rating on this list is 1090. 1090 and above to be in the top 300 rounds of all time. You guys are very generous, I will say. Gannon has
That's crazy.
7.
Okay.
7 total. He's got 1 in 2022 at 1090, 1 in 2023 at 1093, 3 last year, 1107, 1100, 1096, and 2 so far this year, 1095 and 1093 for his 7. Between 2022 and now, Isaac has 0. He has shot 1 round over 1090, and it was at a B tier in 2021. So shout out whoever got smacked at that B tier by Isaac Robinson.
How many people are out here popping off in 1090 plus rounds? That's crazy.
Yeah, I was very
how
shocked.
close did we get? How close did we get to our numbers if it was 10?
I was the closest.
Oh, like if you
No,
would push the list back to 1070.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
Also,
like Gannon was
interestingly enough,
doing
I thought
at least 1 over 1070 at tournament last year.
I thought it was interesting, to Mac's point, Ezra is on this list 4 times as opposed to Isaac's 1 B tier performance. So I think it does lend some credence to Ezra having a higher ceiling.
Ezra
to
is
get to.
the better Robinson.
But no, that's those are just some stats that I compiled after misinterpreting a question. So I think it's, without further ado, we get to our the highlight
Taylor
of the show.
came prepared.
I was ready, bro. I was ready.
Tyler's Tub.
Are we going for it right now?
Yeah, it's got to be Tyler's Tub time. I am going to guess a Opto Ballista Pro.
Well, let me grab something first because I can feel the rim.
I am going to go with a Claymore.
You guys got to think about what I have too.
Zone.
No idea what you have.
All right, so wait, what do we have? Taylor, what did you say?
I said an Opto Ballista Pro.
I said a Claymore.
Claymore and
Zone is such a good guess,
Zone.
just percentage wise.
Hey, so for fun, should we do this Discal where I can give you hey,
So,
one of you
hints.
guys got
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give the hint, and then we'll give it 3 rounds. Then how about that? So Corey's got the brand correct.
It's Discraft. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Discraft. Give me.
So now
Do we a re-guess? Okay. Give me the Buzz SS.
Okay.
I'm going Avenger SS.
I'm going Zeus.
It was a Zeus.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
Got him.
Cash money.
If you want to go buy a Zeus, use our
Cash
affiliate link to foundationdiscgolf.com, whatever their URL actually is. You could also check that out in our description with our merch link. We have the only UFB merch owner live on the podcast, and Mac. Shout out to Mac. You can also like and subscribe and listen to us weekly here on Wednesday nights at 7:45 Central Time. And we have an off week next week, so who knows what we're going to talk about. You should absolutely tune in to find out. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, how come no one's actually talked about Paul and Ricky playing against each other in the match play championship?
Because
it got delayed and nobody cares.
Yeah, but still,
No one cares about disc golf match play, man.
Damn, that sucks.
As much as I want to, I just don't. I need these players talking crap about each other.
I know, 100%.
Mic them up. Mic them up.
This is why you can't just say Gannon Burr and AB are rivals. They need to talk crap. There needs to be Twitter beef.
Isaac
Yeah.
and Gannon should be getting into it more.
I really thought that was going to be a thing. There's going to be like a
Kinda had
falling
it.
out of. Yeah, but the group isn't.
Oh,
Can
you
I-
thought they were going to actually fall out?
Like, yeah.
Here's the thing.
All 12.
In my golf group, me and my best friend, we beef
Gay.
all the time. We beef all the time in front of everybody, and we're always battling it out, and we're always beefing. But we're like best friends behind, all of that. And so people think we actually like don't care for each other. So it's funny when people don't know us very well and they find out we're actually like best friends. So like that can be like a Gannon and Isaac thing. Like they could be doing that. Like if I'm Jeff Spring, I'm going to those guys saying like, please, we gotta like dramatize this. So
Sell this
people
thing,
will-
baby.
Yes. It happens in every sport. They need to get it done.
Well, the funny thing is they could do what they did for the Formula One Netflix show and just like make it, even though the racers don't
know.
actually care.
I know. Dude, they make Max look so bad and it pisses me off.
I know.
Max is like the nicest guy, too. The nicest racer. He's just a menace on the track.
He looks like a character from Mr. Meaty. I don't know if you remember that, but
No.
Nickelodeon had like a puppet show called Mr. Meaty.
That just scared me so bad as a kid.
I know.
So bad.
I mean, he looks like Sloth. I mean, not Sloth. Sid the Sloth from Ice
Yeah,
Age.
kind of.
This is a side tangent. Nadia can attest to this. I hate puppets. I hate them with a passion. Anything
I know-
that's like, or
I
like
know
a
exactly
Wallace,
what to get you for your birthday.
Wallace and Gromit, or like claymation and stuff. Hate it.
Really?
You guys know about like Uncanny Valley, like what that is. It's
I have no idea what that is. I'm not gonna lie.
It's basically where you try
see
to
a
make
video.
something look like a human, but you get in this weird middle ground where it looks enough like a human, but
Oh.
not enough to where it freaks you out.
Hmm.
It's like Polar Express.
Yeah, like if the CGI is good enough to where you're like, this is supposed to be a realistic human, but it's not good enough to where like it is a realistic human.
Yeah.
It's like your primal instincts go off and they're like, that's bad.
Something is
away.
wrong.
How did your brain feel about like Thanos? Because I think he
Thanos was
looked
fine.
like he could be a purple dude. Like
He was
it was
he
really
looked
good.
I mean, they literally like put hair follicles on Thanos.
know.
So
I
like
know,
he
it's
was close
insane.
enough to a person
Yeah.
that it was fine. But like James and the Giant Peach, Wallace and Gromit, like flushed away.
Yeah.
All of those claymation movies I can't do it.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think have you heard the theory about like why we have that primal instinct?
Like skinwalkers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm a big cryptids guy, remember.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Tyler, what do you have? Like, what is your disc selection like? Like, do you have a large variety, or are you like all Discraft, all whatever?
A lot of Discraft, a lot of Innova, a lot of Latitude, a lot of
Dude, if he names off every brand.
A lot of Prodigy,
I had a
got a
bunch
lot of
DD.
Clash.
I had a bunch of DD for a while.
Bro, I'm about to go back to DD so hard. Bobby's back, baby. We're so up.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of the standardized stuff back in the day. So a lot of what my disc golf shop had. So that's all I've really got. I mean, I got a Fuse chilling right here. So Fuse is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm trying to get rid of my stuff so bad, dude. You know what's really sad? I have not thrown a disc since before the Masters.
Oh, and you
Wowzers.
expect us to do the Little Caesars challenge?
I'll still pop off. So the last time I threw a disc was well, I was gonna say Ryder Cup, but that's not true. I think it's
And
a
I
week-
have high confidence.
yeah. So well, I mean, I mean, come on, it's smack talk. That's not confidence. It's just smack talk.
He's also confident about it.
But no, I mean, honestly, I've kind of like first I've been really busy, my job and whatnot. Kind of got promoted in a way.
Let's go.
I took on a lot more responsibility, but I didn't get as much as I wanted to get paid. And they're promising me, like they did last year, that I'm going to get paid out next February. So I told them I gotta get paid next February or I'm out. Like I can't do this. So we'll see. The president called me and said, please don't leave. And I was like, okay, you guys have till February. So I've been really busy trying to focus on that because I've been taking on some more responsibility there. But as I told you guys last week or something like that, I have a real bad like wrist problem right here. And it's when I push my thumb down or in. So like it affects my grip a little bit on like pinching down on the disc. Honestly, my dad actually thinks it's because I haven't been playing a lot of disc golf lately, which is why I'm getting like an arthritis in like my thumb, he thinks. But I don't know.
My buddy has like pitcher's arm because he's a D1 pitcher, and his doctor was like, you should play disc golf for like
Really?
rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Just keep it active, and it's generally low stress compared
Just
to
pitching.
throwing a
Yeah.
baseball.
Well,
95
I will
miles
say
an
this:
hour.
when I got into
Yeah.
disc golf, my shoulder like mobility was like. Let me see if I can show it like this. Like if you see my left, here I'll do it like this. My left can only go like this far back. I cannot push any further back. But my right
Mhm.
arm, like look how far back I can do it more compared to my left, and that's because of disc golf. So it helped me with my
Saves lives.
shoulder mobility. I
The
mean
throw
shoulder mobility and throw switch. Yeah.
Corey gets really mad at me anytime I throw with my left hand.
That's because you are left-handed.
Only for some things.
I know, but it's different if
Wait,
like,
yeah, why is it this is such a weird similarity between me and Mac, by the way. I feel like this didn't get fully discussed, but that's so strange.
What else is new? Did you play baseball left-handed,
Yeah,
Taylor?
I did.
Did you do anything else left-handed?
Nope. Well,
Me
so I
either.
started golfing left-handed, and my brother golfs left-handed, and my granddad. We went to a golf store, and he's like, "I don't want to pay extra for left-handed clubs. You're learning how to swing right-handed right now." And like, it's
This
got
is-
some just like range balls at the store, and just like started
That-
smacking.
That is exactly what happened to me. So my
No!
oldest brother does swing right-handed. My middle brother plays golf left-handed. I wanted to play golf left-handed. My dad was like, "I'm not doing it. I'm not buying left-handed clubs. They're too hard to find. You're playing right-handed."
Yep.
So
That's
all I do
exact-
left-handed
so
is I
funny.
throw things like this. So like I'll throw a football left-handed, and obviously baseball.
Oh, so I don't throw left-handed in baseball. Like I just bat left-handed.
Oh,
So
Which that was actually extremely valuable. I wish I could hit left-handed. I would have
which
gone,
now
like,
at this point, because I golf right-handed, I'm pretty comfortable either way. Don't
I haven't
clip
tried-
clip farmers.
I haven't tried to hit a baseball right-handed since I started playing disc golf, but I'd probably be, well, no, it wouldn't change anything.
See,
No,
it's
I-
weird to me because like in my
I play golf
brain, like
right-handed,
it
so it's
makes
probably
more
not bad.
sense to hit a baseball with my like I feel like I'm pulling and like hitting with my right hand. Like it's I don't know.
it
It's like
feels
adds
weird
up
to
that
me.
way.
I
you
went.
guys are all freaks.
Yep.
So I'm doing
can't-
this thing
there's no
right
way.
now that's ruining my life where I don't know. I noticed this.
Never
I
mind, I'm not
noticed
gonna
this
say it.
last week. It's disc golf related. It's not heroin.
That's my
I
neck of
noticed-
the woods.
It's every time I bogey, I take some
I
meth.
take some Fent. Yeah. I don't know when this started. I noticed it last week, and I played today and was doing the same thing. When I pull down for my putt, when I get to the bottom and before I like actually start to like pull up and throw the putt, I change my grip. Like my thumb moves, and I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's bad.
I just want to stop.
People do that.
I just want to stop.
I mean, I used to do that with my putt, where I would start with my finger on the outside of the rim, kind of like Paul does, and then as I came down, I would tuck it. And I realized I was doing it. It made me inconsistent, so then I just moved my finger to always be tucked.
Yeah, my putt comes out so much worse. Like it comes out so much better when I just literally sit there and think like, all right, just grip it, send that thing, just firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
There was a guy in Mobile when he would reach back. In his reach back, he would put his disc in between his middle two.
we know this
fingers.
guy's name?
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
I've heard of this.
It's
We don't
apparently
know
a thing
this
a
guy's
lot
name?
of people do.
Yeah.
No, you don't. But then he would change his grip to a normal grip, like midway through the throw.
Oh,
and throw
really? Like
that.
I've never seen anybody like throw like this, but I've heard of people throwing like this. Like,
No, it was like
I
a
don't know.
weird tick where he would like put it there and then change it to a normal grip.
that's wild.
Isn't that like a weird like coaching thing? Is like usually they do it this finger,
I
but
don't
they'll
know.
like
Well,
put it
that's how I
there,
like line.
and
That's how I
then-
line the disc up is like,
yeah.
and then like firmly grasp it from there. But I've genuinely heard of people like
Firmly grasp it.
throwing like this, like with.
I throw my toes.
Lock him up, foot fetish guy. 25 years.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Corey, how mad would you be if one day I was like really deep in the brush and then I pulled my shoe off and I just like did a full outstretched throw with my toes and it was just parked.
That's got to be legal, right?
I
Like,
wouldn't be
there's no
pissed.
rules against that.
No, you can do it.
You just see
I
like
wouldn't be
Gannon do
upset
that
because you
on the tour.
you told me, oh, I used to play baseball left-handed. So like you have a pitcher's arm for those stupid flick rollers that you do,
Yeah.
which is like
Oh, I
illegal
love a
in
forehand
my eyes.
roller. I love a good
Yeah, but with the
forehand roller,
wrong
man.
hand,
I got the
Oh, with the
rollers with
wrong
both
hand?
hands.
Not
Kinda
with
cheat
the
why
wrong
it's
code.
hand.
illegal.
Not with the
That's
wrong
why
hand.
it's
Yeah, that's
illegal.
illegal.
Now, if you throw with your dominant or wrong foot, don't care.
Can you imagine if I got them like Pro Tour coverage? Like D-Glow, I'm playing good. I get they cut to me in the bushes or something, and they just see a foot come out and throws.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Or no,
Just Nate Doss
Even-
is like, what just happened?
They're just like you hear on coverage and like Gannon's using his timeout. He's got to really think about this lie in the woods. He's like taking his shoe and sock off.
Ian says,
Even-
Nate, did he just throw with his toes?
even better. It's not even in the like bushes. You're
just
throwing
in the
hole
fairway.
5 at D-Glow
yeah,
off the tee pad. Off
just
the
off
tee
the
pad.
tee.
That's-
Just throw it
All right,
straight out of
fellas.
bounds.
It's getting late. I'm leaving.
About that time.
The melatonin is
Melatonin's
kicking in for
hitting.
me.
Mac, thanks for
Yeah, the
joining
melanin
again.
just-
Of course. One more, and I will consider myself an official member.
I thought you were
I
gonna say
think you-
one more, and I'll start.
I think you
start
already
getting some
are.
checks.
you might be able to cover for me next week.
Give me
'Cause
the
I'm
money
gonna
that I
be-
paid for merch back.
I was gonna say, send us your PayPal. We'll give you a cut of all the merch sales.
We're not. Yeah, we can't refund you because Matt won't let us purchase anyway. So
All right. See you, fellas.
Right, night,
All
fellas.
right, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.